Midwife, you really right. Purpose Midwife, really take. The Purpose Midwife, you really right. Purpose Midwife, Welcome back to the next episode of On Fire to Inspire. Hi, I am your host, Aleigha Tate, the Purpose Midwife. I want to thank y'all so much for joining us this beautiful evening. Great evening to you. Do me a favor. I need you to either hit that share button, tag somebody, because I'm telling you, we're going to chat about it, because some of y'all been pregnant with purpose too long, okay? We talked about that. We're going to kind of do a rundown of what we've been talking about the last 3 weeks. And I'm add on a fourth one because they're all coming together and you're going to see how. But before I do so, again, hit that share button, tag a friend. Before we jump in, I want to thank Mom Biz Boss, multiple operational managers. If you're a mom or an entrepreneur or aspiring entrepreneur, connect with Mom Biz Boss, mombizboss.org. Mom, B-I-Z, boss, BOSS.org. Check them out. You definitely want to connect some powerful women doing some great things. And then we have the services, the Bridge Services, LLC. Go to Facebook, check them out. They're equipping you and helping educate you about your healthcare services. So they are a concierge service, and you can check them out again on Facebook. So y'all, I'm excited about tonight because I'm gonna bring you from week 1 all the way up to tonight, week 4. And even though I'm bringing you to the present, guess what? We're not talking the exact same thing. So y'all ready? Get your journals ready, or your tablet, or your iPad, whatever it is, because we're going to talk. I'm going to actually I gave you a homework assignment like in the last 2 weeks. I don't know if y'all been doing your homework. Have you been doing your homework? If not, I'll give you another chance tonight, okay? All right, so tonight, again, I want to welcome you for joining me. Now, we're going to talk about the last couple of weeks. So the very first week, we talked about what gave you permission or who gave you permission. And one of the questions that I asked you was, who or what gave you permission to stay stuck? Ooh, ouch, right? Who or what gave you permission to stay stuck? That was week 1. Week 2, we talked about what are you afraid of? Week 3, we talked about what are you waiting for? That was last week. And tonight, the question for you is, what are you going to do about it? Y'all heard me. What are you going to do about it? So it comes to a point of awareness is not enough. We got to move from being aware. We got to move from educating ourselves. We got to move from just, well, I'm waiting, I'm thinking. No, you got to move. It's time to move, right? So you know what you want. You can call it, you can do it, you can speak it. But what are you doing to move in it, right? So we're going to kind of go over the last couple of weeks. And again, we're going to talk about the permission part. I'm going to ask y'all some questions. I'm going to give you some statements. And we're going to move on to the next part. Y'all ready? Get your journals and stuff out. All right. So permission. What are you waiting on? We were talking about that. What or who are you waiting on? Who are you waiting on to give you permission when God has already told you he's giving you that? Who are you waiting on when God has already given you permission, right? So some of us were waiting for permission to be validated. Oh, I need to be validated. And then some of us were waiting on permission for somebody else to say, well, you know what? It's okay for you to do it. No, God is giving you the permission. You know what he's called you to do. Some of us wanted us to get the invite. Invite for what? Sometimes it's for you to create the table, right? And then sometimes it's, well, I need to be noticed. We don't care about being noticed. Are you on assignment? Are you doing what you called to do? Okay. Then some of us was, well, did they choose us? Don't matter if they chose you. God chose you. All right. And so my question to you tonight on the what do you that part of is this. Well, it's more of a statement than a question. Some of you have been waiting on a permission slip that God never required you to have. Did you hear what I said? I'm going to say it one more time for the person that didn't hear me. Some of you are waiting on a permission slip that God never required you to have. Let that sit right there. Let that sit right there. Did y'all hear me? He didn't say you needed that. Great evening, everybody. He did not say you needed a permission slip, but you sat there and waited on one because you were waiting for somebody to validate you when God says, I've already done that. All right. So the question is not always who will give me permission. Sometimes the question is, what has God already placed in my hands? What has God put in your hands? Now, I got a series of questions. Y'all know I love to ask y'all questions. All right. So some of these questions you may want to jot down because remember, I told you I'm going to give you some homework. All right. So your question is, what do I already have? All right. Think about that. Ask yourself these questions. What do I already have? Next question. What do I already know? What is it that you know? Next question. What have I already been equipped to do? What have you been equipped to do? You know what it is because it just comes so easily for you. You can do it with your eyes closed. You can do it with not even a thought process. What is it that you're already equipped to do? Final question under this section is, what step have you been postponing because you wanted somebody else to validate you? What is it that you've been just saying, well, I'll put that out. I'm going to do it later because I'm waiting on. What is that? All right. So I asked you, number one, what do you already have? Number two, what do you already know? Number three, what have you already been equipped to do? And number four, what step have you been postponing because you wanted somebody else to validate it? Validate it, the idea, or you. Ew. Y'all ready to move on? I told y'all we're going to kind of go through what we went over the last couple of weeks, but I'm asking y'all some real questions in this time. So I want asking y'all these deep questions, but we don't move past that, all right? So now we're going to tap on fear because we talked about that 2 weeks ago. Fear can speak, but it doesn't get to decide. Did you hear me? Fear can speak, but it does not get to decide. Now, fear may be present. Y'all, I'm not going to tell you you're not going to be scared because I'm telling you, you can still be afraid, but don't allow it to paralyze you. Fear may be present, but the goal is to stop allowing fear to make every decision for us. We can't allow fear to say, well, I don't really know what to do, so I'm just going to sit here. No more. No more of that, right? Fear is allowed to knock, but fear is not allowed to drive. Did you hear me? Fear is allowed to knock, but it's not allowed to drive. Don't you allow it to drive. Don't you allow it to make a decision. All right? Next. If you obey this fear, what will it cost you? I want you to make that question personal. If I obey this fear, what will it cost me? If I obey this fear, what will it cost me? And be honest with yourself. What will it cost you if you allow fear to make you sit still? And what opportunity, relationship, idea, healing, business, ministry, or assignment might remain unborn because I keep protecting myself from discomfort? I told y'all we're going to be real tonight. What is it that you've been sitting on or allowing fear to keep you from birthing that which you're called to birth because you don't want to be uncomfortable? I'm sorry, you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable when it's time to birth some things, okay? Because ain't nothing about birthing comfortable. I promise you it ain't. All right, next. Last week we talked about the waiting. Now, great evening, everyone, as you're joining. Waiting, don't turn preparation into permanent delay. Did you hear what I said? Don't turn preparation into permanent delay, because what we'll say is, those who are perfectionists, Don't turn preparation into permanent delay. There's a difference between divine timing and endless postponement. I'm going to say that again. There's a difference between divine timing and endless postponement. Sometimes we truly need to prepare. We do. We do have to have the preparation. We have to, sometimes we need to heal. But sometimes we need wisdom. Okay, so that maybe that's something that God is equipping us with in the waiting. But we got to make sure that in our waiting, we're still moving because it's going to require courage. All right. In our waiting, we got to keep moving. We got to keep moving in the process. Okay, I'm waiting, but I'm not allowing it to keep me stagnant. If you've been waiting for the perfect moment, y'all hear me say perfect moment. Remember, the perfect moment may never come, but the next faithful step can. The perfect moment may never come, but that faithful step, next step can. All right? It can if you're just faithful and say, God, even in fear, I trust you and I need you to help me walk in this thing, walk this thing out. All right? So we talked about the fear part. We talked about permission, then fear, and waiting. Now we're heading on tonight's topic. Y'all ready? Tonight we're talking about action. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about everything that you know that God has just placed on the inside of you, and it just bubbles up every time you can't sleep, you can't, every time you think about it, it's there. What are you going to do about it? Now, this is where James 2:17 becomes personal. All right. This is where faith without works is dead. That means that your belief has to eventually show up in your behavior. I'm going to say that again because somebody didn't hear me. That means that my belief has to show up in my behavior. Well, Aleigha, what are you saying? I'm glad you asked. That means that you got to see the fruit in some way of me doing something. I got to move in action. I don't have to move in telling you anything, but you got to see that my countenance has changed. Why? Because you can see that I'm doing something. Wait a minute, girl, you've changed. Yeah. Thank you. Because God is doing something. And in that doing something, you don't have to announce anything, but they will see a change because you're walking in obedience. Now, I'm going to give y'all a 4-step simple formula for action tonight. All right? 4 steps. Told y'all to get your iPad, tablet, or notepad ready. Y'all ready? Number 1, I want you to name it. What is that thing? Give it a name. What is that thing that you've been carrying that it's time to give birth to? Number 1, I need you to name it. This is your action plan. Number 2, y'all got name it? Okay. Number 2, I need you to decide it. What decision needs to be made? Number 1, you had to name it. What is the thing? Number 2, you had to decide it. What decision needs to be made? Number 3, do it. What is the next step? What is that next step that you're going to faithfully do? What is that next step? What does that look like? Number 4, y'all ready? Give it a date. Put a date on it. When will you do it? When will you do it? Put a date on it. Because if you don't put a date on it, you're going to keep procrastinating and putting it off and putting it off. But if you put a date on it, you got to do it. Right? So number 1 was name it. What is it? Number 2 was decide it. What decision needs to be made? Number 3, do it. What step? What is that next step? Number 4, date it. When will you do it? Put a date on it. Because if you don't date it, it ain't going to happen. Don't leave here tonight with this beautiful thought and these beautiful ideas and leave it without a next step. I want you to leave with a next step. Why? Because you're going to name it. You're going to decide it. You're going to date it. All right. Now, here is the next part that I want you to write down. Y'all ready? Told y'all had work to do tonight. You had to redeem yourself if you didn't do your homework. All right. So this is what I want you to write. The thing I know I need to do is blank. You fill that in later because we'll be here all night for some of y'all because y'all might be like me and write slow. The thing I need to do is, and you can just leave some space for you to go back in and fill it out. The thing I need to do is Number two, the fear that has been holding me back is, put a name on that fear, because we done already bound that thing tonight. It's canceled. We canceled it 2 weeks ago, but if you allowed it to rear its head, or you gave it another name, we're going to go ahead and give it a name so we can shut it on down. All right. So number one, you were the thing that I know I need to do is, number two, the fear that has been holding me back is. Number three, the next step I'm willing to take is. What's that next step you're willing to take? The next step I'm willing to take is. What is that next step? And then finally, I will take that next step by. You're putting a date on it. That's how we're putting this action into action. We're making this action plan into action. So with you answering these questions, it's going to help you move to your next step. Why? Because it don't have to be huge, right? It doesn't have to be huge. It just has to be real. It does not have to be huge. It just has to be real. And if you can see it, you can say it. And if you can say it, you can see it really in reality, right? See it before you see it, and then start saying it until you see it. Okay. Finally, purpose. Birth what you've been carrying. We talked about being pregnant with purpose last week. Well, this week, I want you to know that it's time for you to give birth to that thing. Some of y'all have been carrying these assignments. You've been carrying it so long that you've mistaken your carrying for already completing it. It hadn't been completed. You've just been carrying it, right? So now the purpose has to be birthed. It's time to birth that purpose. You don't have to have the whole plan. You don't need enough courage. You just need enough courage for the next contraction. Not for the whole thing, but just for that next contraction. It's time to move with that next. Every step may not feel comfortable. I'll be honest. It may not feel comfortable. Every step may not be clear. But the assignment, if the assignment is in you, there must eventually be movement. You've got to move. You've got to, so that you can give birth to this thing. Now, I have a declaration for you guys, and I need y'all to say it with me, okay? I have permission to move. Y'all said it? I have permission to move. Say it. Next, I'm going to give you this. Fear will not make my decision for me. Repeat. I will not confuse waiting with wisdom. I will not confuse waiting with wisdom. I will honor what God has placed in me. I will take the next faithful step. Thank you, Stephanie, and I love it. My faith will have works. Yes, you're declaring my faith will have works. And then finally, actually, we have a couple more. I will stop talking myself out of what I am called to do. I will stop talking myself out of what I am called to do. And finally, I will move. Do you hear me? Say that. And I want you to say that with conviction and everything in you. I will move. It's time. I will move. What are we going to do about it? I will move. We won't be talking about carrying it. We're going to give birth to these things. Why? Because it's time for you to move. So those were our pieces tonight. I'm going to repeat the declaration. Yes, Stephanie Ann, you're going to move, baby. All right, I'm going to repeat it one more time for those who didn't catch every piece, okay? I have permission to move. Fear will not make my decision for me. I will not confuse waiting with wisdom. I will honor what God has placed in me. I will take the next step, next faithful step. My faith will have works, and I will stop talking myself out of what I am called to do. Finally, I will move. All right, y'all. So those are your pieces, and you have homework to do. Y'all ready for that next step, right? So next week, I should be having some. Even that by before the end of this week, I want to hear some testimonials of what you did. Even if you went and researched something on online, if you Googled something or you reached out to somebody, whatever it is, I want to hear about it because I'm telling you, it's time for the birthing. It's time for the birthing. And so I'm gonna pray for y'all and we're gonna close. Any questions? Y'all need me to repeat anything? If so, type it in the chat and I'll repeat it. Anything need to be repeated? All right, nothing needs to be repeated. All right, I was good and thorough. Cool. All right, so Father God, we just thank you for tonight. We thank you, oh God, for every person that's listening, whether they're listening live or to the replay. God, I thank you that we move for knowing that we don't need permission from anyone else because you've already given it to us. God, we thank you that fear will no longer keep us stagnant or silent. God, we will be moved by you. We will walk in courage. We will walk by faith, God. And Father, I thank you that we no longer will wait on what we thought that we were going to be waiting on because you've given us permission to move. You've given us the waiting is over. And God, we will no longer postpone the purpose to be birthed. We thank you for every person to walk in obedience, that we're going to take those next steps to do what you call us to do. Why? Because it's time for us to move. So, Father, we thank you for the strength. We thank you for the courage. And God, we thank you for every person that you've called to help us in this season to move like you've called us to. God, we shut down every naysayer. We shut down everything that does not line up with what you've called us to do. God, we silence every negative word before we move forward. God, we give you praise, honor, and glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Y'all, it's time for you to move. Yay. I'm excited for you. I'm excited about your next move. I am excited about what God is doing for you, in you, and through you. I'm Aleigha Tate, the Purpose Midwife. I'll see y'all back same time, same place next week. Do me a favor. If you have not gone over to our YouTube page, I want you to go over to our YouTube page under Aleigha the Purpose Midwife, like our page, and then when the page is over and when the program is over, I want you to go over and put a comment on what stood out to you, or even if you're about to make that next step, what that's going to be, or you don't have to divulge that. You can just say, I will move. All right. Because that's what we're about to do. We are moving. We're not talking about it. We're being about it. Why? Because we are moving. Love you guys. I'll see y'all same time, same place next week. Remember, mark your calendar, October 24th, the next conference. I will be hosting here in Gaffney, South Carolina, the conference entitled Healthy, Healed, and Whole, from Holes, HOLES, to Whole, WHOLE. I'll see y'all same time, same place. Y'all keep your eyes open because we're going to be opening up registration real soon for that. All right. See y'all soon.